So quiet the mind. So I would strongly suggest doing something like meditation, reconnecting with nature, going outside, being in stillness with yourself, like detoxing from everything around you, from the opinions of others, from, what your spouse is saying, what TV is saying, what you're reading, just like disconnect and just go within and listen to your own voice. And then just remember, and I just read this a couple of minutes ago, like a friend of mine posted this on Instagram. It's not mine. It says, the people that matter will not mind, and the people that mind do not matter. So
This is true.
it's true. And if you just have the power, and if you just have the certainty within that you have nothing to lose, because what I love to say in my coachings as well is you cannot mess up something that's meant for you. For example, if you say like, oh, I'm really scared to do this because I might lose my friend, or, it's always about being scared to step into your own light. Just because you're scared to reject people, because you're scared that you're going to be too big, that you're scared that you're going to shine too bright. And when you really look within and you were born for this, if you have like a yearning, if you have a calling in your heart, and that there's specific things you want to talk about, there's specific things you want to do with your life, go for it, because time is now. There's no time to lose. And you cannot mess up something that's meant for you. So the friends that are meant for you will stay. They will support you. Are you going to lose people along the way? Yes.
Yeah.
Are those the people that really matter? No. So you cannot be a people pleaser and think that everyone's going to love you. It doesn't exist. So might as well just be, what did I say in that post? The badass that you came here to be.
You find that in your coaching, there are a number of people stuck on staying as people pleasers. What tidbits do you give them outside of the ones that you've given right now?
Well, this whole thing of being stuck in stuckness, and people saying, I cannot change. And a lot of the times it's about freedom. A lot of the times the people think that they're stuck, or they're, not free. And I always ask them, we start with the mind, I ask the mind, I say, so who's holding you at gunpoint? Is anyone like threatening you to like slip things under your nails if you don't? Who's threatening to like give you?
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I'm like, what's going on for real? So you think you're like in a prison, you're in cage, tied up. Like, tell me about it. And might there be like a little bit of drama? Is like the lack of freedom really? And then they say like no, and they laugh because so. That's the first step. And then I want them to feel that in their heart. And I tell them, there are some things that you have to go through a process. Like, for example, really being like enlightened, or like really being like totally liberated. But other things are like a decision. It's like a, it's like a light tab. How do you say? And you just switch it on. It's like a switch. And you're like, okay, bam, I'm ready. It's done. Bam, I'm free. So, there's no one's threatening you. So just go for it. And then very important. Once you make that decision for yourself, you start, this is the beginning of changing your identity, because you think like, damn, I'm free. So then you start doing things that free people would do. And you're like, oh, I'm just going to go and get myself like a spice pumpkin latte. And you just do it. And you're like, oh my God. And
wait, let me share it. Spice pumpkin latte is the key for anyone to know that they are now free.
Yeah. So then
Deborah says so.
Yeah. So then on the outside world, you're kind of creating like, a 3D proof that you're a free person. So you're like, this feels like freedom. I'm going to try like, I don't know, wearing that like skirt I've been wanting to wear. And oh my God. And you're just starting to build.
Guys, you heard her.
So
do not put a skirt on. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, go ahead.
You just start caring less. You just,
The
start
opinions of
caring less.
others, the opinions of others become just that. It's their thoughts and viewpoints on something they
Yes.
see. It is
Yes.
not the direction that your life has to go in.
No.
So it's their opinion. It may not even be advice. It may be just their speculation,
It's just
but
their
it is
opinion, and it's
is
your
just
choice
theirs.
to take it or
Okay,
leave it.
here you
Yeah.
go. Next one, my friend. Here we go.
Oh my God.
You see that one there? It says expand into your next level.
Mm-hmm.
Give us some thoughts on what you had in mind.
Okay. It says you've selected like all of my really old posts, but
On
I like
purpose. On
them. They're
purpose.
still, but
On
no, it's
purpose.
really cool because
Yeah.
you're surprising me with it. It's
That
been
was the
like
first.
ages.
That's it. Now you got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
go ahead.
love it. So it says there in German, what are the experiences you want to make? What do you want to feel? And
No,
what
no,
are
no.
the
No, you
thoughts that
can't
you
do
want to
that.
have?
I deliberately picked this so you could say it in German. Come on now. You can't.
You
You
want
get
me
it.
to speak German?
Yes. Yes, I do. Of course I do.
Was möchtest du erleben? Was möchtest du spüren? Welche Gedanken möchtest du haben?
Jam on, girl. Jam on. Do it again. Do it again. Nice and slow. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you want me to slow jam my own post?
No. Hey, you should start doing that. You should start posts where you just say it real slow. No pictures, just a picture of you and audio waves. Just okay. Go ahead. All right, go ahead. Tell us
Okay.
some more about this.
So this is kind of, I love this because what this is saying is in order to expand into your next level, you must walk by faith and not by sight.
Yes.
What is it you want to be feeling in your life? What is it? What are the thoughts you want to be having? What are the people you want to interact with? What is the identity you want to be experiencing in 3D?
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is you disregard 3D. You disregard everything that's going on. You disregard your bank account. You disregard, the bad relationship you're in. Maybe you disregard everything that you do not want to have in your future. Mm-hmm. And you just focus. You just focus on what you want to have and what you want to experience. And that's the key. So you actually create your new reality by focusing on the things you want more of and disregarding the things you want less of.
What are some of the things that get in the way of creating this new reality, new identity, this positive mindset?
Yeah.
What is it that can get in the way?
So many things. First of all, your mind. Because your thought is going to want to keep you in the familiar. That's what I was saying before. So your thought mm-hmm. is always going to want to keep you safe. That's his job, biologically. So mm-hmm. it's always going to tell you the familiar is good. Even if the familiar really sucks at the moment, it's right. going to tell you at least it's the familiar. So it's going to tell you, no. Look at this. And it's going to draw your attentions to things that are there at the moment. So you need to quiet down your mind and become the master of your mind. And tell the mind to shut up once in a while and to just walk by faith. And then another thing is that we are in a tendency to set up a really strong support system that support our bullshit stories. So you might have that friend that as soon as something happens, you're like, can you believe this idiot, what he did? And there it goes. And she's like, oh my God, I want to hit him. And, next time. So then those hormones are firing and you feel terrible, but you're loving it because you're addicted.
A person could be crying out that they're peaceful and have made this progress. And in actuality, they are really still circling themselves in this cesspool of negativity and drama. You're saying that we need to choose wisely and move toward really being what we say we are. If we're that peace-giving person, that spiritual-minded, physically inclined person to take care of ourselves, then we need to do that on a consistent basis, even when people are not watching.
Absolutely, especially when people are not watching.
Especially.
So the words that you say show me who you would like to be, but your actions that you take show me who you actually are. So it doesn't matter, you can be talking about spirituality, but behave in the most unspiritual manner. And no judging there. It's just the level that you're at the moment. And you first step is always becoming super, super honest. I just made like you don't understand it because it's in German. It's a story I just posted on Instagram today, and
I have a translation button. What do you think I was doing for the past 48 hours? I kept hitting the translation button on your
yeah,
page.
but not in the
Just so,
stories, huh?
so
Not in,
okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
yeah, not in the
yeah.
story. So
Go
I was
ahead, tell
talking.
us about it.
Yeah, so I was talking about, if you have a message, for example, as a coach or as a mentor, and you
Okay.
really need to embody that, because the words that you speak can be copy and paste. You could have read like 240 books
Yeah.
this year, and it's really beautiful what you have to say. But if you don't embody it, then forget it. You're not gonna get there.
Yeah. I love that. Now
Yeah.
I'm thinking about some of your. Was it the one about the meme? Did you have something about a meme? Or no, it wasn't yours. So essentially, people can live their life like a meme or the books that they read
Yeah.
online, but in real life, they're not living up to their own words of their own coaching words when they're out to help
Yes.
other people.
Yeah, but it goes beyond that, because then people
Okay.
ask themselves, why am I not successful? And it's because your vibes don't lie. You can
Okay.
tell. I remember the very first time we went online together and
You
we
got
were
you got
having
you got love on the screen, by the way. I just got to throw that in too for
another great interview. Oh,
my beautiful friend
yes.
there. I had 3 interviews
Hey,
with her
Marnie.
and more later. She has a great story, but she's agreeing with you just before you go to your next point. Honesty
Yes,
is such a significant virtue, she says.
yes,
Actions most definitely speak louder than words.
yes.
Please go ahead. What you were saying. Thank you, my friend Marnie. Good to have you
Thanks,
here with
Marnie.
us.
What was I saying?
We
No,
love doing this
exactly.
to you.
The first time we had like a pre-Zoom call before first interview, I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
telling you something, you were totally uninterested. And you
Didn't
said
I?
like, yeah, and you
Didn't
said
I? I
like, but
told you.
I love listening to you. And the thing
That's
is
true.
that I know, but vibes are always louder than words. So if someone is like in a high frequency, it's going to be easy to listen to that person, and it's going to
Yep.
be comfortable, and it's going to be
Yep.
like, it's going to feel like home, and it's going to
You're
feel
doing
like,
it. You're
oh,
doing it right now. You're doing it right. My head just keeps going.
yeah, it
Yep.
feels like apple pie, yeah. And
Yep. It's like, and
so
I want to eat more. You want to eat more. And when I'm going to tell you, my parents used to say, when you meet someone, I thought
yeah,
they were crazy because I was young, super young at the time. Now that 60ish is hit me, they make
what?
sense. They said, when you talk to someone and all you can do is either smile or nod your head, you're on the same page. I mean, the term now is frequency and so forth, a number of
Yes,
things.
I
But
love it.
I can't help it. I had one person write me and said, I know when you agree with people because you can't stop moving your head and you start smiling. And
Yeah,
I told them what I just mentioned to you. When
yeah,
you speak, and everyone that I've had as a guest, Marnie, who has just made her comment there, and others, there is something about, and of course, I'm with you right now. I'm going to mention this
mm-hmm.
to you now. When you speak, you're not trying to put forth an agenda. You're putting forth facts from the heart. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah,
If I say it properly
totally.
to you, but
Yes,
the facts that you provide are not there for people who want to live a lie. They won't find this entertaining or enjoyable, but it's both if you want to make progress and you want to move forward. It's not about subscribers. It's not about any of those things. It's not about how many followers. It's about speaking facts from the heart. And you have constantly done that on your page. It's not for, a lot of times people to agree with what's being said, even what's coming out of my mouth right now. But someone will agree with it and it will touch their heart. And that's who I want as a subscriber. That's who I want as a follower. I don't need their money. I need them to grow and make the planet better, because with more of us doing that, there is an opportunity for mankind to be able to get along better. There are other principles and guidelines that come into play, but that's for another show and another time. But right now, I just wanted to let you know You have that ability to make my head go like that. I be smiling.
It's so beautiful what you just said,
great point.
Paxton. It's so
Great point.
beautiful. Really, really beautiful.
You know I mean it. You know I mean it.
Yeah. And saying speaking facts, I'm always careful with using that word because I'm very aware that we're all living in our own illusion. So what I'm doing,
illusion of facts.
Yeah, illusion, we're like delusional. So we're all living in our own illusion. So for me, the only way to connect with people is not from the mind, because we're all living in our, in our own reality, but from the heart. And the heart is like one of the most powerful magnets that exists. And if you connect from the heart with people, and people were telling me when I just started off on my Instagram canal, this is like really anonymous, and it has no soul, and people were telling me that, and I didn't believe it. And what happened is I have so many heart connections on this website, on this platform. It's just amazing, the people that I meet, and it is what you believe, and it is what you broadcast out. So
absolutely,
yeah. So you attract the kind of people that belong together.
Okay, so here we go. You ready for more of this? We have gone a total of 30 minutes, going to be 31 minutes in a moment or two. We're going to spend a little bit longer with everybody here so you can see this. I wanted to make sure to start my week off with Deborah. And I love your style. I love your postings. You have some really cool pictures that you have on your page as well that you take. Your life and your honesty in your postings are very beneficial. But sometimes it's difficult to shine. It's difficult to let the happiness we feel take place and enjoy it when we struggle or meet challenges. But here's a posting that I want to talk about.
Yes.
Go ahead and read that to us if you don't mind, my friend. Feel free to use your German if you wish.
Shine your light and stay in your lane. I misspelled that, I know.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. Das hat so viel mehr Power als predigen. Yeah, but it's exactly what we were just talking about. Just on this spiritual journey, you walk alone. And it's not in contrast to what you just said, that we're like a community and we're a movement and we're like, walking together, but you go on this journey by yourself. So you cannot take anyone with you. You cannot live from a place that you are the savior and someone else is a victim, and you have to save someone. But your only job is to make your light shine so bright that you're going to be a lighthouse, and that you're going to, your light is going to shine so brightly that some people are going to volunteer to follow you and come with you.
Absolutely.
And those who don't want to be with you. I don't even want to say don't want to be saved, because I'm not a savior and no one is a victim. So this is not my view of the world.
They don't want to join you in the course that you're taking.
Yeah.
So that's natural.
So that's that. So and some people they start getting, when they're in this coaching business, they start getting entitled to holding the truth or the holy grail, and they'll say okay, my coaching system is the only one that really works and there is no such thing. There's so many different individuals, and there's so many different energetic matches. So you're going to find the people who stick to you and want to follow what you're saying. But then there is no right and no wrong. There's just different. So, your only job is to stay in your lane, stay positive, shine your light, and just be there.
When you were in a position where your light was not shining the way it is now.
Yes.
Now, bear with me. Here we go. There was a moment in time in which you were not shining the way you're shining right now.
Yes.
What year did you start recognizing that everything shifted and your light got brighter and you began to shine as a source of positivity on this planet? What year did you start making it a consistent effort to have an impact to shine in a way that encouraged others the way you're doing now? What year did that take place?
It's not linear. I cannot answer this in like in a precise way, because people who've known me all my life always like mirror me that I was always like that as a teenager. I was very like inspiring to other people, and I was always taking the risk, going to that party, staying latest, just being there, living my life. I decided to go to New York City and live there for a year and had like the blast of my life. I would always, do things that lit me up. And then, there was, and I was reading all of this material. I really got into like Dr. Murphy, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, when I was like 16, and I was reading and reading and reading the stuff, but it never entered my mind that I could ever do something like that as a job. It was like just too good to be true. So I just went, I studied economics, and I got a regular job, and I got into a relationship and had my 3 beautiful girls. And then, at some point in time, the relationship kind of like shifted, and I realized that there wasn't, a lot to be saved. And so when I ended that, and I realized that I had been dimming my light, and I took on full responsibility for that. And that wasn't an easy thing to do, because you might want to be finger pointing if there's some if you have like a situation where you could be, it's very tempting. But then to just shift it and to say like, my true power lies in my self-empowerment. So if I realize that I have full responsibility, only then do I have the power to like take myself out of it and like put myself in a better place. And so this is what I did. And at the like mid 2020, I decided to like, really get into that coaching. And I realized that, oh my God, you've been a coach your whole life. It's like, nothing new here. But so I started mid last year.
How would you describe to someone? Are you ready? Here we go. How would you describe to someone to protect your energy?
Yes. Everything is energy. Imagine if it were your only priority to do things that keep your energy high and to like strengthen you and empower you. It's funny because I would like move a little bit away of that word like protection right now, because protection is very defensive. But I always have an image that I share with my clients, and it's you. And on the outside, you have like an aura, and it's like your energy protection. So what I want to say with this post is, what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine. This is for me energy protection. So and I'm going to tell you a very relatable example. My kids, I love them to death. I would do anything for them. I just, I'm so like madly in love with those 3 girls. But sometimes they have really difficult energy when they come back from school, and they've or whatever, I have like a girl, she's almost a teenager.
I have never heard it described that way. And I have 3 children. They have really difficult energy, you said.
Yeah, sometimes they come in and they're like, just hitting you with stuff, and just, it's like an onslaught of like, negativity. And you're like, and in those situations, when you realize I love you and I am not accepting the package that you're trying to deliver to me, because you can be here and I can like shine on you with my energy, but my only priority at this moment is to keep my space clean. So I think for me, it's like the most advanced type of slavery. If you let someone, come into your energetic field and mess with the mood you're in. Someone cannot make me jealous. I can make myself jealous. Someone cannot make me angry. I can make myself, that's like a privilege. And Sadhguru talks about this in his teachings. And he says, like, this is like the main privilege that we hold. We can create our own emotions from within. So the person outside of you can do whatever he does. And is it going to frustrate me? No, not if I don't let him. Is it going to trigger me or perhaps activate me? What do I choose it to be?
When you find yourself dealing with circumstances and situations that challenge your emotions, and instead of giving in to being enslaved to someone else's behaviors, actions, opinions, and whatever it may be, speculations, and control your emotions, what is it like to succeed through that moment in time and they don't enslave you? Can you describe that for someone who is struggling with handing over their emotions to others? What is it like to not hand it over anymore? Is it a happy dance time or what?
It's beautiful. It's like a beautiful emotion. And am I saying that I'm like totally immune to like everything going on the outside? Of course not. Of course not. I'm human. Yeah. The only thing is that I've learned to take it as it is. So if I have this emotion, and it can be whatever, on the beautiful scale of emotions accessible to us, I just let it flow through me. And I notice, oh, wow, this is scaring me. Oh, wow, this is kind of making me angry. That's so interesting. And I kind of neutralize. I take a step back and I kind of like disidentify with that feeling. I am not angry. I'm feeling anger. So it's kind of, it doesn't matter. No one cares. And it kind of flows through me. And when, in situations that would have once frustrated you and where you would have once been, totally, at the mercy of your own, freaking out. And then there's this beautiful day where, you get up in the morning, you weren't thinking about anything epic like this. And then all of a sudden you have that situation and it does nothing to you. And you just look at it and you say, like, what I've gotten into the habit of doing when I feel something like this coming up, I say, interesting. Interesting. I watch it. I'm like the observer of what's going on. And when you manage to do that, when that happens and you're successful at it, it's beautiful. It's like Christmas.
Okay. Now, speaking of unwrapping things, we have gone 42 minutes.
Yes.
And I'm not going to hold you forever because it is evening there in Germany, correct?
It is. Right?
Yes.
It is.
All right. So let's tackle three things. One, let's unwrap this statement that you have posted. Here we go here. No drama,
just dance. That's my favorite. That's like my slogan. I love this. I love it.
I have to tell you, I fell in love when I found this. and this is what's so interesting. I found this after I decided to try to reach out to you and get you back on the show, because I wanted to have you on this last week I was on, but I reached out to you way before then. But I wanted to try to get you on just so we could talk about this one for sure.
Aww.
No matter what happened, I wanted to make sure this we talked about. Girl, what was on your mind when you posted this one? Because you need to make T-shirts out of this.
I'm posting.
Awesome.
I have it in my story today. I post this once a week or something. Yes.
Oh, I missed it.
And I do I don't know, like 2 or 3 times a week, little dancing rituals on in my stories.
Yes.
Because it's all about staying dynamic, It's all about, Bruce Lee said, be like water, my friend. Like just, stay dynamic. So when you're caught up in your own drama, when you're stuck in your own stuckness, there's no movement and there's nothing, you can improve. There's no beauty in that. But when you dance, when you take your body with you. And it's not only your mind that stays dynamic, it's not only your heart that is open, but your body is in movement and, is in perfect vitality and just happy. So that's about it. So, just cut the drama, cut the talking bad about people, cut talking down, cut being opinionated, cut, for me, watching the news. No sense in that. Cut, everything that gives you like mixed emotions about things.
Judgmental, overly opinionated, full of speculation.
Yes.
There's so many things that we can start to walk down, the path that we can walk down that will create so much drama in our bubble of life, in private or in public, to the point that we become almost like we become this really bad disease that affects others, and then we wonder why people don't want to be around us or collaborate or do stuff with us.
Because there's this beautiful, it really is, and there's this beautiful universal law. It's the law of resonance. So as many things you put into your life that are beautiful, you have like beautiful thoughts, you have beautiful emotions, you have beautiful conversations, you fill your life with inspiration, with projects, with beautiful food, with workout, with dance. Just, fill your life up with things that just light you up, and you will resonate, and you will attract more of these things, because that's how the law of the universe works.
Well, I told you I had just 3 more things. That was one of them. So here we go. I have a notepad here.
You're just hitting me like one after the other. You just go. You just go.
I just told you. We had so much time to be together here. Okay, here we go. Last 2 things that I want to run by you, that I want you to expand and expound on. We've talked about happiness. We talked about who are you, and a number of other things here. Letting one's light shine, protecting, as it were, or in other words, making sure that we have our energy in safekeeping, no drama, just dance. I just love that so much. No drama, just dance. That is so cool. I got to make a sign of that and put it in here. Maybe I'll put it.
You know what? I have T-shirts planned of that. So
okay. Please.
Yes.
Please.
I'm making them
let
for
me know.
women.
I'll get one. Oh, that's no,
I'm kidding. Oh, I'm just kidding, Paxton.
No,
I'll make. No.
No, okay. Well, you gotta at least let me know about it. I'll take a coffee mug if need be, or a tumbler or something like that. Okay, here we go. What makes Deborah happy? 3 things. Now, I understand you can say your children, but they would have to be lumped into one. But what makes Deborah happy there in Germany?
What makes me happy? It makes me like to be me, makes me happy. That was not always the case, and to have found that freedom, to be me, and to just realize how expansive and how wonderful and how magical this universe is, and this life is. That's a thought that makes me so happy, and everything's possible.
That's beautiful.
So so that's like that would be all 3 for me. But what else makes me happy? Like it makes me happy to take care of myself, to put myself first. It makes me so happy to like do my workout that I enjoy, speak to people that inspire me, eat food that nourishes my soul and my body, and just makes me happy. And that makes me so happy. And what else makes me happy? It makes me so happy to shine my light out into the world, and to be able to live this incredible luxury of taking people with me and accompanying, transformations that just blow you away. And the people that leave my one-on-one VIP coachings, they're like transformed. They're different identities, and you don't even, they don't even resemble the same version of them they were like 6 months earlier. And this is so fulfilling. And I know that, by ripple effect, the work that I do, I talk to one person, but that person talks to her spouse, her children, her colleagues, her friends, and there's a ripple effect. So step by step, we're changing the world. It's like such an amazingly fulfilling work. So those are 3 things that make me really happy.
I did not ask you that question in our first go around.
Yes.
And when I was done, it was on my things to ask you, and I didn't.
Yes.
And I was waiting for this opportunity to do it again. Outside of the no drama, just dance, I wanted to make sure to ask you that question. Now, last thing that I'm gonna touch on. I'm gonna give it to you in just a second here, but I do want to say this. You will always have a special place in my heart because of the conversation that we had in the show prep, where you got me to open up and tell you what I thought about you, which I normally save that for the show. You are an inspirational person, human being on this planet, outside of course, being a woman and a mother. But your inspiration comes from, as when you were on the show, a number of people made comments to me, as I have an audience that writes me and tells me what they think about each person that comes on. It's always been good. But what they said about you was, and now I'm going to tell you, what they said about you was this. You have the ability to see into people, their potential, but allow them as free moral agents to achieve it with your assistance, not demanding or lording it over them that they're wrong. You have the ability to see who they are without forcing them to change, as it were. So
beautiful.
You had your show. I think we did. Did we do 2 segments? I think, if I remember correctly.
We did. We did
2 segments, and I know you were, of course, it was your first one. You were a touch nervous, and a number of things were taking place in that show because you had to get accustomed to doing a live, let alone with me, which is totally different than with anyone else. But you stuck the landing as a true emotional gymnast, and you really helped a lot of people that day. But I want to show you this, and this is what I wanted to do to end the show this way with you, because it's something that means something to me.
That really means a lot to me, what you just said, Paxton. Thank you so much. Sweet. Oh, wow, that picture.
You know me. I'll tell you my heart in public, but I really tell you that in private. But I had to tell you that now.
Thank you so much. It's really, you touched my heart. Thank you.
This beautiful woman here, who has gone through changes and ups and downs in life, as all of us have, is not the same person, but yet she really is the same person as to when she was maybe a little child. I don't know. Maybe you can tell us, but I want to do this. Here we go. Name 3 things about the woman you see there in that picture that people don't know.
Oh my gosh, what do they don't know? That's a really difficult question because, I'm trying, but I'm putting myself out there. I have like a really strange sense of humor.
I know you do. I know you do.
I really do. And I always put funny hip hop soundtracks on really spiritual quotes
yes,
and everything.
Do.
Or
I
put Snoop Dogg dancing to some Abraham Hicks quote because I love it. I just think it's always the duality.
You're a marketing genius, actually, in many ways.
I put myself out there. So what would people not know about me? Things that I keep in private. Things that I've been through. I don't want to connect on that level of pain with people, even though I know it would be the easy way in. You know what I mean? It would be the easy way in because people love to connect through pain, but I want them to connect through my light and through, it being easy for me and it being joyful for me and it being, just a party for me, and that I'm, honestly and genuinely living my light, and that I'm enjoying that more than anything else. So everything that's in the past for me is in the past. And that might be something people do not know, but I will keep it that way.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yes,
And yeah. And then other things, I grew up in a household like with a French mom and American dad. He doesn't live anymore, but they had arrived in Germany like 2 months before I was born.
Hmm.
So we lived in like an incredibly international household, and every language like of this planet was spoken at our dinner table. We always had guests from like,
Wow.
Italy, France, US,
Yeah.
Russia. We always had everything was spoken except for German. So it took me really long to learn like, good
Wow.
German. But so that's something not a lot of people know. But and funnily, when I have people, with me and they meet me with my French family, for example, they're like, you switch personalities. You're
Yeah.
like this French woman. And so I really do, because it's like my nature, and I just switch personalities. Yeah.
You stepped into this show with me today, not knowing a lot of my heart incentive behind it. I wanted to start my week off with you. I wanted to make sure it started off this way with you because you share your perspective and your heart, but more importantly, your insight. So without giving away to tears, this means more to me than I can describe to you this week, let alone starting it off with you. And the two shows that I'm going to do, each show that I'm doing this week is done at a given time in a certain way for a reason, and it all involves my heart, and it's part of the legacy that I leave for my daughters, of them being my executive producers. I'm saying a lot of things that some of you may know, but many here on YouTube who will be watching this don't. This woman here is someone you should want to follow her page. You should want to take a look at her page. There will be nuggets of information that you will find there that will help you along your journey if you have been abused, either as a child, in marriage, or in life as a whole. The trauma that you've experienced, she can help you with. But I am asking you, my friend, to please come back again when we start again next year in our third season. But this week is special because it started off perfect.
Oh,
Perfect
Paxton,
with
you've
you.
said so many nice things,
What?
and it's like you kept on talking, so I couldn't like give you
Yeah,
feedback. And
yeah.
you're amazing, and I
It,
just love being on with you, and it
oh,
feels so natural, and it just feels like, we've known each other for like 20 years, and it's like
well, you're
there's
so
such a
kind.
beautiful connection. And from my heart, I'd love to be there for your third season. I'd
Oh,
love that.
I want you. I'm going to definitely hold you. I'm going to slice this out and send it to you when we're ready for you because I'm going to tell you, okay, now we're going to start. You're going to be the first person that will come back. I was
On
saving that to
season
the
three.
very end. I'm going to end things here in a minute.
Wow.
We've gone 57. But when we start again, God willing, if that's the case in March of 2022, you will be the first person that I will have back and start the
Wow.
season off, and we'll find a way to keep you coming back again throughout that time frame. Thank you, everyone that has watched this today. By all means, check
Thank you,
out Deborah
guys.
on her page. When we do these YouTube lives, it's not like Instagram. Instagram, two, three, 400 people on a live show when we were on Instagram. Here's a little different. I'm not trying to get as many viewers in the moment. We know a lot of people will watch this back later, but please show support for Deborah on her page on Instagram. Deborah, thank you so much for today. You were
Thank you
awesomely
so much,
beautiful.
Paxton.
You were an amazing woman today, and I appreciate you so much for being here. Last words of advice or encouragement for anyone, or if you want to talk about your coaching before we go.
Well, same to you, first of all. Thank you so much for having me. It was so beautiful to talk to you. And, well, specifically because it's like a Christmas season at the moment, I think if you want to break it down, like it's all about love. At the end of the day, it's all about love. So if you can, no matter what you're going through, if you can like watch the problem you're going through the lens of love, and
Hmm,
just ask yourself, what would love do in this situation? Then
beautiful.
we can all make this world a better place. More
Okay.
compassion and love for each other.
You are. I'm telling you, you need to do workshops for corporations, and you need to have. They need to be calling you into big companies and have you talk to their staff. You're good. You're very good.
I'd love that.
Thank you so much, my friend. It is good to see you. Thank you for your giving up your night there in Germany to do this with me. I appreciate it a great deal. In 2022
was
March,
my pleasure.
we're going to do this again. All right. Stay safe until I see you again.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Same to you.
We'll see you.
Bye,
Bye, my friend.
Bye.